Everybody, today's video is on full self-driving. Now, I usually don't do a lot of full self-driving or autopilot videos with my Teslas because frankly, it's always been a bit frustrating. They usually take a couple steps forward and a couple steps backwards. They make some really good improvements and then some things are just kind of weird and frustrating. So I usually get frustrated, but I do have a standard route that I use to test this out. When I go to the gym, it's the same route every time, and I'm able to kind of get a feeling for how much better the new driving is. Now, the latest version I just got has the new, it uses the new neural network, so it eliminates a lot of redundant code, and it's AI-based, I think, and it's just a lot better. I'm thoroughly impressed with the latest version. Now, there's still some drawbacks I'll talk about, but today's video, we're gonna go and pop the cameras in the car and hit go to the gym and see how well my Tesla can take me to the gym. Quick garage update for those of you who haven't been to the channel lately. I got my Mazda RX-7 765 LT Spider, Lamborghini Revuelto, my old Ford GT, and the red Turbo S. I'm bringing, I think I gotta race these two. A lot of people are asking for Revuelto and 765 LT, so that's probably the next race I'm gonna do. But back to the point of this video, I'm actually gonna take the Tesla Model Y out and do this testing. Now, most of you probably even know that I had a Tesla Model Y. This is actually a newer Tesla Model Y Performance. I think it's less than a year old, so we do have the latest hardware. I think they call this Hardware 4, and you could tell when you kind of look in there, I don't know if you could tell, but it's got a little red tinge to the camera. Now, my old Tesla Model S Plaid had Hardware 3. This is recently upgraded. I have the track lock on this as well. This has Hardware 4 as well. But for today's video, I'm gonna use the Tesla Model Y because I got a cool new accessory for the Model Y I wanna show you before I get started with the video. As for the cameras today, I got an Insta360 on the top so that you can see what I see around the car. And I also have another camera inside that is looking at the screen, and what this will do is show you the visualizations that the car sees, and then I'm gonna camera on myself commenting on going to the gym. But before we get started with the video, I wanna show you these awesome new floor mats I got from 3W. These replaced the stock floor mats that came with the car and are just so much better. They are laser cut and fit perfectly around all the edges, and that allows no dirt to get stuck in here, makes it really easy to clean up. Check out my old floor mats that came with the Model Y and just see how the mats just don't fit right. All the dirt gets around the outside of the mat, so after removing the mats, I need to vacuum out all the really hard to get to spots. I just dropped in the 3W liner and look how well it fits all the way to the edges. You don't need to vacuum out the car. All the dirt comes out with the floor mats. After removing them, you can just wash them, hose them down easily, and you can lift off the carpet part as well if you know you're gonna have a messy day in the car. These liners are made from 100% recyclable TPE material and can withstand extreme temperatures from freezing to extreme heat with no cracking or melting, and come with a lifetime quality assurance. As part of the Model Y kit, you also get a liner for the front trunk, and you have additional liners that you can put on the back of the rear seats. And when you apply these panels, you can actually fold the seats up and have your entire trunk area protected. If you want to pick up a set of these 3W mats, I will put a link down in the description for a special drag times discount. Now let's get to driving. Full self-driving test, latest software. Take me to the gym. So first up, we'll check out the software here. If I scroll down, we look at the software section. 10,000 miles on the Model Y, full self-driving capability. This is actually the trial. They gave it to me for free. I do pay for it at my Model S, but I don't drive this car that much, so I don't actually have it subscribed yet. And then our full self-driving supervised software 12.5.6.3. This was just downloaded today. So I do have my low pressure, but they're not that low, so I was gonna leave that alone. So we're gonna back up here and I'm gonna hit the navigation to go to the gym, and let's see if it can get me there. I will say, before this latest update, so with this latest update, it's tracking your eyes. There's a camera right up here that's looking at you for driver attentiveness. And it's gonna show a dot in autopilot next to the steering wheel. And what that means is that it's monitoring your attentiveness. And if that's happening, you don't have to touch the steering wheel at all. So there's no more nagging, there's no more jiggling of the steering wheel every 30 seconds or doing like this and accidentally deactivating autopilot and so forth. So if driver attentiveness is active, you will see it there, and you don't have to touch anything. You can let the car drive for miles and miles and miles until it gets confused or maybe something happens. Now, I will say that before, it did not work with sunglasses. So you had to use no sunglasses because it was watching your eyes. And it was super frustrating because what would happen is you're driving along, you look over for like 2 seconds at your stereo to change a channel or something like that, and then it complains and says, nah, you can't use autopilot like that. So that's super frustrating. I think the whole point, for me at least, to have supervised autopilot or full self-driving is to relax a little bit and be able to change things on the steering, because it's definitely safer to do that running autopilot than to be trying to drive yourself and pay attention and do things over here. So it seemed a little counterintuitive for a car with full self-driving to be that crazy about your attention. And for a while, it would not work with sunglasses. So when you put your sunglasses on, the car would actually say, sunglasses detected, autopilot's going to cancel, or you have to use the steering wheel nag. So that was super frustrating. And now it's reversed. So now it says, okay, you can wear sunglasses, which is great, because now, you know, you can still, it doesn't really know exactly where you're looking. As long as you have your hood kind of tilted forward, maybe your eyes are looking a little down over here, you can change your radio stations, you can modify settings and so forth, and the car doesn't complain. Overall better, except when you're driving at night or in the very early morning. So in those cases, you don't want to wear your sunglasses because you can't see that good. And then it's being really super crazy about monitoring your driver attentiveness. So I feel like if it works with your sunglasses on, it doesn't care where your eyes are actually looking, because they can't see. Why is it different when you have the sunglasses off? So I feel like Tesla should kind of roll back and be like, as long as your head's kind of generally in the forward area, driver attentiveness is working and you don't have to use the nag. So what I find myself doing very early in the morning and night, if I want to change a setting on the stereo, or, you know, while I'm using autopilot, I got to be unsafe and put my sunglasses on, and I can't see as well. So that's one of my main complaints right now, how it works now. I'm gonna go ahead and go here. I'm gonna go type in the gym. It's gonna take about 11 minutes, 4 miles. So I'm gonna go forward and I'm gonna turn on autopilot and let's see what happens. Now, I don't know if it can see gates. I'm in a gated neighborhood, so typically in the previous versions, it couldn't see the gates and it would try to ram through them. So here we go, off to the gym. I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna face forward, and you can see this little green dot right here next to the steering wheel. That means it's monitoring my attentiveness and I don't have to touch the steering wheel, so I'm not going to. We have the full screen visualization. So this is what the car is seeing. You can see said there was a person there, but there's actually no person there. You can see this car coming that way. You can see that guy turning. Now it's got my right turn signal on. We got a stop sign up here, and let's just see what happens here. Complete stop. Okay, fine. Now we're moving along. Now the gate up there, the main gate is open, but the small gate, the little lift gate, is closed. So it might lift up in time, but it's not slowing down, and it probably would have hit that if it was going too fast. So strike one, still can't see the gates. I guarantee you if that big gate was closed and I didn't do anything, it would have ran right through it, because I've already tested this before. The gate just happened to be open at that time because the car just went through it. All right, so here we go. I really like the full screen visualization. I do not get this on my Tesla Model S Plaid because it shows on the screen here. It would be cool to use both. I think Tesla should kind of think about that. All right, so stop. I feel like it stops a little too far back, and there's a car coming. That was kind of a little close, but I like that it did that, because I would have went. Now before, in the previous versions of Tesla's autopilot, it would not have went there, it would have sat there for a while. So I feel like it's making improvements. Oh, look at this, we got a Cybertruck passing by me right here. South Florida, we got Cybertrucks everywhere. Look at that, we got a Porsche and a Corvette. What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, back to that. I think it's becoming more aggressive, which is nice, because a lot of times I'd be like, man, I would have went 3 times by now, but the car's being super, super careful. Now, in circumstances when it's crossing a street or something like that, and the car's still waiting, you can give it a little throttle, and that kind of gives the car affirmation that it's okay to go, and it won't sit there as long. And sometimes it could be frustrating because the person behind you knows that you can go, but you're not. So it's just kind of like, it's a little, I don't like slowing people down, obviously. So sometimes I'll just tap throttle. But on this drive, I'm not going to do anything. So we're going to see what happens. The last time I tested this intersection up here, because it's kind of crowded, it made the right and couldn't get into the left lane quick enough to make it across the street. So I got stuck and it just sat there. I had to disengage. A few months after that, I tried the same thing, and it actually made it went back another way and did a complete U-turn to try this entire cycle around again. So we might have gotten lucky because it's not that crowded right here today. So it's stopping, and we're inching forward, and there's a lot of cars coming. That's great. All right, so now we gotta move over a lane, and it didn't move over yet. Oh, come on, man, really? This is bad. See, it should have moved over a lane. Now we're stuck in the right turn lane. Super frustrating. Now I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna see what it wants to do. We're gonna make a complete loop around again. There was plenty of time. Look, if it knew it had to get in that left lane over, it shouldn't jump in front of this car right here, and it had time to move over a lane. So there's a, I don't know, 7-minute delay in getting to the gym right now. And now it's just sitting here at this red light. It's not even inching forward to see. We can go right on red, and it's just sitting. Is it gonna move at all? I'm gonna get honked at any second. There it goes, okay. So now it knows, it looked left, there we go, okay. So instead of going to the gym that way, we're making a U-turn. So same failure I had last time. It should have known that I need to be in that lane over there, right? And immediately get over instead of kind of move over and then so forth. So I'm gonna let it try once more. If it makes the same mistake twice, I'm gonna take over because we gotta get to the gym. Here we go, stop sign, red light, make a right here. I mean, this thing could be driving around all day. I would have went by now. I still would have went by now. I got this truck. He's got a signal on. Okay, here we go. All right, let's give it another try. Now I can see up there. There's a lot more cars. Yeah, I just don't see there's any way it's going to be able to figure this out. Because now there's a lot more traffic. See, it's trying to make this right. Let's see if it waits enough. Now it should have enough room to move over without, because there's no car there. All right, so it's almost like it learned what happened last time because it didn't do the same thing. This time it went right over into this lane and was fine, and now it's moving over another lane. This is another thing. So this new system has this standard right here, and if you move the button left and right, you can go into left and right into standard, and then you can cycle through different autopilot modes. I think it's like standard, aggressive, and I don't know why it's there. Oh, now it's in max. And if I go left, oh no, that's my max speed. So I'm gonna go down to, I got it speeding a little bit there. One of the other things is that what I notice on the highway, if it's like a 70 mile an hour speed limit, no one goes 70 here in Florida, you usually put it like 79 or 80. It looks at the conditions and sometimes it won't match that speed. Like the autopilot would just go 80 if you set it at 80. You could actually go 90 in the old days. And now it's limited to, I think, 80 or 85. But if it's dark out or it's raining, the car just will not keep up the speed. You constantly up the speed and you use the throttle to get it up to speed and it will constantly slow down. So what I notice, if it's really clear conditions, there's not a lot of traffic, it'll use the max speed that you put on there. However, if it's raining or it's a little at night, definitely not. It'll keep the speed quite a few mile an hour down from what you had it set on. I don't know why I can't. Maybe I don't have the profile set. I think it might have been a setting in here for autopilot. Maybe I didn't turn it on. These are the full self-driving profiles here: chill, standard, and hurry. And then you have a max offset. Set that all the way up. So what I found frustrating the other day is I was driving to work in my Tesla Model S Plaid, and it was bumper to bumper traffic, and I'm in the left lane, and there's nowhere to go. And the car would, and I turned minimize lane changes on. I don't even know if it has that anymore because of this new setting. But I had it in chill mode and minimize lane change settings, and the car kept trying to move over to the right. I tried it in all the modes. I thought chill mode, maybe it wants to be in the right lane, whatever. I kept switching it back and forth, all the modes, no matter what. Every 15 seconds it tried to move over, and it's a little surprising because if you're just sitting there in traffic and all of a sudden the car jerks the steering wheel to the right and wants to move, like, you really have to be paying attention to make sure a car's not there, because it's full supervised self-driving. You're supposed to be watching, but the car doesn't give you enough time to let you know it's moving over. So it's a little contradictory. Like, I'm supposed to be monitoring this, but if the car's just making really fast lane changes without giving me notice, there's not enough reaction time. It's actually kind of scary because you're constantly grabbing the steering wheel like you weren't ready for that lane change. So I posted on Twitter that there should be a stay in your own lane mode, which would basically like hit a button, stay in your lane. If you're in bumper to bumper traffic and you want to relax and you're not going that fast anyways, and you just want to stay in the one lane, we need to stay in your own lane mode, Tesla. So feature request for the autopilot programmers out there. Sometimes I don't want to be dashing back and forth between lanes. I just want to chill and just go forward and not have to worry about it being surprised by weird lane changes. All right, so I'm going to pull this back down here. We can see our full visualization. You can actually turn this around and look all around you. It's kind of cool. You can zoom in and out. I mean, with all the cameras that this car has, I can't see all the way up there. I don't know how it can see up there. I guess because the camera's a little higher than me. And like, I can't even see these cars coming the other direction. So it's pretty cool that, you know, with the, I don't know, 7 or 8 cameras that the car has, it could definitely see more than I can. Now, there's been a lot of arguments with Tesla Autopilot that they removed the radar sensors because Elon's kind of motto is no part is the best part. And he felt like if people can drive with 2 eyes, then cars can drive with 7 or 8, right? And of course, they can see 7 or 8 things at the same time where, you know, I can see forward and then peripheral, and then you got to turn around and look left and right and so forth. So you can see we're still got the driving active monitoring. I'm going to go ahead and take my glasses off and look at the screen now and see if it complains. See, pay attention to the road right there. That's annoying because I can look down here with the glasses on with no problem. It doesn't complain. So if it's okay to drive with glasses and look around, why is it okay to drive without the glasses and look at the same spot? Just my opinion there. All right, so here we go. It's getting over. Now someone tried to get over as well, so we kind of got aced out of that lane right now. Still got the signal on. And it's going to move over in front of that person. So, I mean, the car's really, really reactive. Like, it went to move over and someone aced me out of that spot. The car knew it. Now it's saying apply light force. I don't know why. I've been looking forward. Maybe it still didn't activate the driver attentiveness after I put my sunglasses on. I could be in a timeout right now. I'm gonna look forward. Let's see. Still no green light here. Still. Now we got turn signal on. We're pulling into the gym now. Now it turned green, so there you go. The car also has auto self-parking. I forget how to use it. Maybe I'll try it here as a last part of this video. Making the right. I mean, it's gotten so much better than it was before. Like, it's not jerky anymore. It's smooth. It's more natural as you might be driving. Just leagues ahead of where it's been before as far as autopilot. I think my only complaint is the switching between lanes really quickly. I'd like a stay in your own lane mode, and I would like it to be able to use without your sunglasses without it panicking. So here we're at the front of the gym. I don't know what it's going to do. It's probably going to stop right up front. Now eventually I'll be able to jump out and the car would go park itself. But I think right now it's just going to kind of slow down. And I'll try the self-parking while we're at it. It wants to go left now. All right, so I'm going to take autopilot off. I'm going to turn off the signal. And I thought like you would, to use auto park, it would like light up somewhere, light up parking spots. Maybe I don't have that turned on. Oh yeah, I saw it light up some spots. So I'm going to go left here and you can see it's got a lit up the parking spot right there. I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on start, and let's see what happens. Man, there's a curb right over here. Don't curb my wheels, Tesla. And now we're backing up into the spot. Please don't curb my wheels. Yikes. All right, well, not gonna lie, that's a pretty good parking job. And yikes, it's really close to that truck in back of me. There you go. All right, so that was autopilot to the gym. Made one mistake. It couldn't get over into that lane. The second time it tried it, I don't know if it learned from its previous mistake or the car that was coming was a little farther back that time, but nevertheless, it made it the second time. And yeah, so I really think it's made a lot of progress. I think my only two complaints are stay in your own lane mode and be able to drive without your sunglasses. Tesla did say unsupervised full self-driving is coming maybe next year. I was at the Tesla We Robot event, and they mentioned I think that was coming to Texas and California first. But either way, I think this is a big step. It's very easy to use. I'm very confident that I use autopilot every day. I've got literally probably 100,000 miles on Tesla autopilot. I've had Tesla autopilot since the first P85D, which all it did was auto steer. It didn't pay attention to anything. There were no nags or anything. But obviously we're way, way better today. All right, so now that I'm done at the gym, I'm gonna try this Smart Summon feature. They call it actually Smart Summon AS mode. And basically you go to the summon part on the phone here, you line up where the car is versus your target. So like I'm the blue dot right here. So I'm gonna put the car like right in front of where I'm at. And then I hit go to target and the car will come pick me up. Useful case for this, pouring rain here at the gym, things gonna come park and pick me up. Let's see how it goes right here. I'm gonna hit go to target. Preparing. I really can't see all the way over there. So I'm kind of trusting that it can make that turn around. So it shows it making the turn. Here it comes. And I'm actually a little nervous here. You can actually look at the screen on the view the camera inside the car too as it's coming towards you. And here we go. There we go. So there you go, Smart Summon picking me up in front of the gym. That worked pretty well. It's kind of cool that you can see actually what's happening live inside the car. So there you go. Comment below, what do you think of full self-driving? And let me know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up, helps the video in the channel. And we'll see you next video.